City 97.
Against Liverpool. So, I mean, for Marco Silva, it must be refreshing as a manager to just come off the back of a bad spell from the previous manager, bring in new faces that you trust, and all of a sudden they hit the ground running. Guess what? Lazar Markovic, also brought in from Liverpool.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to miss out against his parent club because they were his parent club. But that's a brilliant addition to the Hull City side as well, Adlen Guardiola. So they've brought in quite a number of faces that I think are battle-proven and guys that are hungry. I mean, were once upon a time touted as wonder kids who were supposed to explode onto the scene and make things happen. Finally, they get a chance at the club that is stuttering and will offer them a lot of minutes to play their football. So for me, Hull City have found the perfect blend in new manager Marco Silva, young and brimming with fresh ideas for a side that was lacking confidence and now needs that confidence. Players who were frozen out at their individual clubs and have been given a new lease of life. But for us now, we need to see a championship caliber Arsenal. I can't put my finger on that enough. I mean, very puzzling defeat to Hull City in recent times, and then they got that win just recently in their last match.
And they lost to Watford at home, lost to Chelsea. I mean, they lost to Chelsea. A lot of people say it's where. I mean, how do Arsenal get over the loss away to Chelsea and beat Hull City? Just get 3 points against them. How are they going to do that?
Well, I mean, it's interesting. I listened to interviews from Peter Cech a few weeks before this Chelsea game, and he talked about how the result from that match would underline the mental strength of the team. And I feel that we saw it in full glare there. That run from Eden Hazard from the center of the park, brushing off about 3 Arsenal players and then lobbing coolly over Peter Cech speaks volumes, not just for the player who was executing the play, but also for the team that just lay in watch. For me, Arsenal have always spoken about breaking the mental barrier and wanting to win. I've always said this. It's one thing saying you want to win, and it's another thing showing with your actions that you want to win. I feel that there are certain players, certainly within this Arsenal setup, that have a winning mentality. They are used to winning. They know what it feels like to win. Peter Cech is one of them. Alexis Sanchez is one of them. But I get the sense also that the squad isn't exactly pulling in the same direction. There are others who feel that by virtue of the clout of the fact that they play for Arsenal, they should be winning. That Arsenal is a big team. Arsenal should be synonymous with winning. No, you need to go out there and do the hard work that comes with winning. You need to go out there and show your championship caliber week in, week out. And you need to crush opponents like Watford. Believe it or not, those are the sort of results that encourage other teams in the mode of Watford, gives them confidence when they come face you, and it gives them a result. I've seen that against times. They must, as a team, wholly begin to pull in one direction. They need to sit down, if it's as players, if it's as manager to player, whatever it is, the club needs to sit down and say, look, what we are doing now is not fair to the fans. We get paid well as young men, and it's finally time to show a lucky number, right?
Yeah.
But nothing seems to change. And I feel
that's our second game on Saturday. It's Man United taking on Watford. Before we talk about Liverpool, everybody else to team.
They were replacing, and that's the problem.
But I still think that a player like Vima, in my opinion,
feel that they invested their money wrongly. Why am I saying Europa League? Unreal. Will be key whatever the Swansea team do. Bottom story or long story short, Swansea will just have too much for Leicester, especially on the current wave they are riding.
For Leicester City, they've got to find a response in Wales. It gets more intense, and after getting the backing of his